The parable of the elephant. Amitabha saw that every eye was intent upon him, and so he told the story of the white elephant. He said, there was a noble and mighty elephant, an elephant white in color, with a strong trunk and long tusks, trained by a good master, and willing and serviceable in all the work that elephants are put to. And this noble and mighty elephant, being led by his guide, the good master who had trained him, came to the land of the blind, and it was noised about in the land of the blind, and the noble and mighty elephant, the king of all beasts and the wisest of all animals, the strongest and yet the meekest and kindliest of creatures, and made his appearance in their country. So the wise men and the teachers of the blind came to the place where the elephant was, and every one began to investigate his shape and figure and form. And when the elephant was gone, they met and discussed the problem of the noble and mighty beasts. And there were some who said he was like a great thick snake. Others said he was like a snake of medium size. The former had felt the trunk, the latter the tail. Further, there were some who claimed that his figure was like that of a high column. Others declared he was large and bulky, like a big barrel. Still others maintained that he was smooth and hard, but tapering. Some of the blind had taken hold of one of the legs. Others had reached the main body, and still others had touched the tusks. Everyone proposed his view, and they disputed and controverted, and wrangled and litigated and bickered, and quarreled and called each other names, and each one imprecated the others, and each one denounced all the others, and they abused and scolded, and they anathematized and excommunicated, and finally every one of them swore that everyone else was a liar, and was cursed on account of his heresies. These blind men, every one of them honest in his contentions, being sure of having the truth and relying upon his own experience, formed schools and sects and fashions, and behaved in exactly the same way as you see the priests of different creeds behave. But the master of the noble and mighty elephant knows them all. He knows that every one of them has a parcel of the truth, that every one is right in his way, but wrong in taking his parcel to be the whole truth. Not one of these sectarians observed the fact that the elephant was perfectly white and a marvel to see, for all of them were blind. Yet I would not say that they were either dishonest or hypocrites. They had investigated the truth to the best of their ability. The master of the elephants is the Tathagata, the enlightened one, the Buddha. He has brought the white elephant representing the truth, the noble and mighty elephant symbolizing the strength and wisdom and devotion, into the land of the blind. And he who listens to the Tathagata will understand all the schools and all the sects and all the factions that are in possession of parcels of the truth. His doctrine is all comprehensive, and he who takes refuge in him will cease to bicker and to contend and to quarrel. I don't actually know at what point this story originated. You do find that some stories originated 1,000 years or a couple thousand years after the point in terms of when they became written down. So, but is it Surah 97, the one that, after the truth comes, then people divide into the sects, I mean, not everybody, but, but it's the pure path of the sent ones that obviously have the, the whole truth, and are the reference to all the truth. It's not as easy to explain to some people, but so I don't know if I'm understood in my implication. When Amitabha had finished the parable of the noble and mighty elephant, 2 kings returned from the summer palace, carrying with them in a solemn procession the slain tiger, and close behind on a white charger, decked with garlands and joyous ribbons, rode the hero of the day, one of the generals from the south, whose dart had struck the tiger with fatal precision and death-dealing power. "Behold the hero of the day," said Charaka. And had the conspiracy not miscarried, the same man might now be an assassin, a miscreant. "There is a lesson in it," replied Ashvaghosha. "Existence is not desirable for its own sake, That which gives worth to life is the purpose to which it is devoted. Our aim is not to live, but whether we die or live, to avoid wrongdoing and to let right and justice and loving kindness prevail, says the Tathagata. Commit no wrong, but good deeds do, and let thy heart be pure. All Buddhas teach this doctrine true, which will for endure.